Here we go.
All right.
So what I'm going to do is make you the big one, the big screen. I don't know if you see. Yeah, so that
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. All right. So Besma's here, Julia's here. Let's just wait a couple of minutes and then we can get started. You can introduce yourself, Sada, and
Okay.
let's go.
You hear me and see me okay?
Yeah. Ladies, can you hear Besma? You are both on the screen.
Yeah.
You don't need to see me, Besma. Just make sure you can see Sada. You can just, I'm going to also turn off my camera once we get started. You only need to see.
Hello, ladies.
Okay, great. Here I go. All right, take it away, Sada.
So welcome, ladies. I'm so excited to be here today. My name is Sara. I'm a yoga teacher, also cycle-aware and trauma-informed, and working on a lot of hormone yoga to sort of start to bring awareness to what yoga can do in the hormone world, which is why I'm here today. And I'm excited to share this class because it sits close to my heart in terms of I've always had imbalanced hormones, and I wanted to find a way that is natural, which is what Dana is doing as well, to balance hormones. And one of the key points in that would be exercise. And I don't enjoy a lot of forms of exercise. I'm a yoga teacher and I enjoy yoga the most. And I've tried to find ways of what type of poses, what type of movements help stimulate the endocrine system, which poses will hold for a little bit, and then there would be a rush of blood flow, prana, which is energy, into these areas of the body. Another large key component to hormone balancing would be stress. So keeping cortisol levels low would naturally then balance hormones. Because we live in a very fast-paced, high-stress environment all over the world right now. We have to live with stress. So how can we take the time to control the stress levels, to lower our cortisol levels, and in turn contribute to one of the ways we can balance our hormones? Dana, is there anything you wanted to add on that in light of today's class?
No, I think you totally hit the nail on the head, as they say, because the reason I brought you into this module is because it is our module on exercise. And I do talk to them about there's certain types of exercises when we get into the age that we're at that can actually raise cortisol levels. And and we talk a lot about how to manage stress, how to identify stress triggers so that the stress is never going away. The stress triggers are never going to go away. It's all about how we learn to manage our stress so that we can lower our cortisol levels, because our body cannot keep pumping out cortisol for every little thing that happens in our lives, because that's just going to keep us in a state of inflammation. For women who have, stubborn belly fat, that goes back to an excess of cortisol. If you over-exercise, that's also going to cause your body to overproduce cortisol. So we need a way to, learning how to manage our stress triggers and then finding that sweet spot for exercise where it's effective, but it doesn't overstress us. And then I think obviously learning something like this, which is very new to all of us. I mean, even if you do yoga, hormone focused yoga is still something different, like that none of us, I don't think, have ever done before.
Yeah, and it's a more gentler practice, and we hold poses for just a little bit longer to allow a very brief blockage into the blood flow that flows through the body. And then the moment you come out of the pose, sort of the blood flow multiplies and the energy goes into those areas that you block temporarily to get back into. We will be moving with the breath. So the breath is also one of the ways you can, just pause, whether it's in the middle of your day or in a class or whatever, to pause and find your breath. So And by doing so, you're able to lower your cortisol levels immediately because most of the time, and a lot of people are chest breathers, and that actually stimulates cortisol levels to increase as well. So we'll learn how to breathe through the belly and relax through the chest as well. One of the easiest way I find is to lie down on the back because it allows for the whole body not to be able to hold itself. So we'll get started. Go ahead.
Not to interrupt you, what chest breathing and not breathing. So how many times have you ever caught yourself holding your, like, you're just like, you know, and then
exactly
breathe. So yeah, this is really, really important. I'm not going to interrupt you again. I just want you to tell the ladies as they're going through this, what would you recommend? Because we're going to record this. They're going to have this to watch later. How many times would you recommend they practice this during this?
So any form of gentle yoga, this is quite targeting the endocrine system and the glands particularly, but any type of gentle yoga 3-4 times a week. It doesn't have to be for a full hour, 20 to 30 minutes. Sometimes you won't have time to do it every single day or even 3 times a week. And if you want to do maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes, that also counts. So it's better than doing nothing. And an hour might be very overwhelming for a lot of people. So whether it's 5-10 minutes to an hour and a half, any form of just pausing and moving gently in your own body will help to contribute to the overall well-being of hormones and balancing them naturally. Now, ladies that are here, if you'd like, you can turn the camera on. There's no pressure at all. It's just very useful. You're not going to be recorded, but it's very useful for me to see how you're moving and to be able to give you modifications based on that. If you don't feel like it, it's totally fine. I completely respect that. All right. Okay. Otherwise, okay. Welcome to class. We're going to start on our backs. So we're going to find a space on the mat. You're going to lie down on your back. You're going to bring the feet mat width distance and the knees knocking in towards the midline. And then at some point during the practice or during this pose, you can rest the hands on your belly by your sides, or one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, whatever feels good for you today. And we'll just take a moment to close down the eyes and use this posture for a little bit of breathing and to arrive into the practice. So whenever you feel ready, you can begin to close down the eyes. And we'll take some time to notice. Notice how you're feeling today. Noticing the breath flowing through the body. And you may even notice the rise and fall of the belly as you breathe in and out. Perhaps a temperature of the breath flowing in and out through the nostrils. And without changing anything, just observing the natural rhythm of your breathing. Don't try to breathe deeper or anything at this moment. It's just a time to be familiar with how you breathe. And if the mind starts to wander, you can always bring it back to observing the breath. Or bring the awareness to the areas of the body that are in contact with the surface beneath you. Maintaining that natural rhythm. See how in your own way you can begin to soften the face. A lot of time we hold tension in between the eyebrows or in the jaw. So how can you soften? Perhaps parting your lips or even parting the jaws without opening the lips. And we'll stay in this position for just a little bit longer, allowing the natural rhythm of the breath to calm you, to keep you present. And part of balancing our hormones and our organ function is to breathe, to go from flight and fight mode into relaxation mode, into the parasympathetic nervous system that helps us to digest, to know when we're hungry, to tune into emotions. And then from here, whenever you're ready, whenever you feel complete, you can bring the hands over the belly. And nothing too dramatic. We'll just add 1 or 2 seconds to every inhale and every exhale. Taking the breath out of the chest and into the belly. So as you inhale, feel the belly rising without forcing it. And as you exhale, allow the belly to fall in. Good. A few more times like that. Inhale, expand. You may even feel the rib cage press against the mat. And as you exhale, allow everything to fall back to neutral. Now allow you the time and space to experience this breath on your own in silence. So whenever you're ready, continue for a few more rounds, still in the same position. Experience the rhythm of slow and deep breathing. While the rest of the body is completely relaxed, completely at ease. Let's do 2 more rounds together. And last one. And from here, you're going to gently begin to bring the awareness into the body, perhaps by moving the fingers and the toes. And gently rocking the head side to side to get a little bit into the neck as well. And whenever you're ready, come back through the center. Extend the legs towards straight. Stretch the arms up and over the head. Arch the low back just a little bit, pointing the toes. And when you're ready, you can roll onto your favorite side, cradle the head, and take 1 or 2 cycles of breathing here. And gently press into the hands with the eyes still closed to make your way up into any comfortable seated position of your choice. Resting the hands on your knees or in your lap. Take a moment to feel the sitting bones ground into the mat. Take a moment to feel the imprint of the lower body onto the mat here. Sitting nice and tall, but also at ease, stacking the rib cage over the hips, shoulders over the rib cage. Reaching through the crown of the head and relaxing the shoulders. And once again, just checking in with the facial muscles. Taking a moment to connect with why you're here today. Knowing that restoring the balance of your natural hormones can maintain the quality of your physical and mental health. Reducing stress levels reduces cortisol levels within the entire body, allowing for space for the body to function the way it should be. And with our eyes still closed, we'll begin to breathe together. And just before we begin today's practice, I want to let you know that nothing is obligatory in this practice. Take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. And if at some point something doesn't feel right, feel free to take a rest. And if something I say doesn't resonate, feel free to let that go. And as we begin, we'll take a deep breath in. Allow the belly and the rib cage to expand in all directions. And a gentle breath out through the nose. We'll begin to breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you'll exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Couple more rounds on your own, continuing. And the reason I give you the space to experience stuff without cueing is that when you need this practice in the middle of the day, you know how to follow. Another full round. Beautiful. Allow the breath to return to its natural rhythm. If it feels useful to you, I invite you to bring the hands to your heart center and setting an intention for today's practice. It can be anything. Who or what brings you today? I invite you to seal the intention with a deep inhale through the nose and a deep exhale out the nose as well, allowing the intention to sit within your body. And whenever you feel complete, bringing the thumbs to the center of the forehead, taking a moment to honor yourself, your wisdom, your intuition, and your presence today. Bowing down, namaste. Welcome to class, ladies. So whenever you're ready, if you're seated in a cross-legged position, you may feel free to switch the cross of the legs just for a little bit of balance. Otherwise, if it feels more comfortable for you, you can also come to sit on the heels. And if that is too much, you can also slide a block underneath the sitting bones. So I'll be giving a lot of options because I don't know what you have at home and I can't see you. So bear with me as I give you the options through the practice. All right, in your seated position, we'll gently take an inhale to reach both arms up. And then as you exhale, you'll bring the right hand over the left knee, the left fingertips behind you. Press the fingertips down to lengthen through the spine first, and then exhale to gaze over the left shoulder. So anytime we twist in yoga, we do a little bit of a detox into the internal organs, wringing them out of toxins. So be sure to drink a lot of water after this class. Take another inhale to lengthen through the spine. Make sure you're pressing the sitting bones into the mat and not overly arching the low back. If you want a little more here, take an inhale, left arm to the sky. And as you exhale, side bend to the right. So you're in a twist and a side bend at the same time. Creating a little bit of flow into the left lung, breathing fully into the left lung. Take another inhale, reach. And then as you exhale, come back to the twist, lengthen through the spine. Inhale here. And then exhale, turn the gaze forward and then release the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left hand to the right knee, right fingertips behind you. I'm going to turn around so you can see what's happening in the back. Take an inhale to lengthen through the spine without overly arching the spine. Press the sitting bones down and then gaze over the right shoulder. I'm breathing here for a couple of moments. Feel free to, at any point during the practice today, to close down the eyes and feel within the body. If you want a little more, take an inhale, reach the right arm up, and then as you exhale, side bend to the left. Breathing into that right lung. Take one more inhale to reach. As you exhale, come back to the twist. Inhale here. And then exhale, turn the head forward, reach both arms up. Release the hands onto the knees. We'll work a little bit into the neck to stimulate the thyroid gland. So whenever you're ready, take an inhale. Draw the chin all the way up, maybe a gentle arch into the low back. Feel the stretch on both sides of the neck here. And then as you exhale, draw the chin in towards the chest. Keep the spine long and feel a little bit of tension into the back side of the neck. Good. We'll do this 4 more times together, moving with the breath. Inhale to open up, chin comes up. And then exhale, chin comes down, keeping the spine long. Inhale to lift. And then exhale to release. 2 more times on your own. And last one together. Beautiful. Drop the chin in towards the chest. Hold it here for a couple of moments. And then when you're ready, lift the head up. You're going to release through the legs. Press the feet in front of you, knees towards the ceiling, and release the hands behind you. We'll just windmill or windshield wipe the knees to one side. Hold it there. Inhale to come back through center, and then exhale the other side, just because we've been sitting for a little bit longer. Couple more times. And last one. Fantastic. Slowly come back through the center. You're going to send the feet towards the back of the mat. Bring the knees together, the feet together, and then you're going to sit back. If this is impossible for you and you can't bring the bum towards the heels, you can always slide a couple of books or Tupperware underneath the bum. If you feel more comfortable opening the knees a little bit wider and folding forward, that may be better for you. So take the option that works for you. Whenever you're ready, you'll just take an inhale to reach both arms up. As you exhale, begin to fold forward into your child's pose, resting the third eye center onto the mat. Extending the arms forward, but relaxing and maintaining ease in this posture. If you feel like your head doesn't go all the way down, you can always slide another block or a book underneath the forehead. and experiencing the breath as it travels down the entire backside of the body. If you're resting the chest on your knees, you may feel that as you inhale, your chest is pressing, your belly is pressing against your thighs. And as you exhale, you may experience a little bit of a falling away or drawing back. So to begin today's practice, we're just calming down the nervous system. We're tuning into the body, tuning into the breath. So continue to breathe down the entire backside of the body here. A couple more moments. And from that same position, extend through the arms, lift the elbows or forearms off the arms to get a little bit of a stretch into the shoulders. And if your knees are apart, you're going to lift up halfway, bring the knees together. You're going to bring the hands to the back or reaching for the heels. And you're going to roll onto the crown of the head, lifting the bum up. If your palms don't touch the heels here, you can stay with the arms extended like this. This stimulates the thyroid gland, which is in charge of calcium release in the body, metabolism. So taking a few breaths here, tucking the chin in towards the chest, rolling onto the crown of the head. Every time we come into a restful pose or gentle movements, we reduce the adrenal fatigue that we experience due to stress. So continuing here for a couple more moments. If you need to come down to take a break and roll back into it, you certainly can. Holding the posture to just give it a little bit more effectiveness. Take another inhale here. And then as you exhale, gently and slowly to protect your neck, lower all the way down, come back into a child's pose. And we'll do this one more time. Breathing in child's pose for 3 long, deep breaths here. Fantastic. When you're ready, we'll do it one more time. Come into your child's pose, extend the arms back, forehead to the mat. And then as you lift the bum, you're gonna find that you're rolling onto the crown of the head. And you can stay here for another few moments, allowing the stimulation to the glands to kick in. Breathing deeply, allowing the breath to be consistent. And notice that you're not holding the breath at all. Just maintaining a natural rhythm through the practice. Taking another 4 deep breaths here. And last deep breath together. And one more time, you're gonna roll all the way down, set the bum onto the heels, forehead onto the mat, extending the arms back. Beautiful. Slowly tuck the chin in towards the chest, lift and roll yourself all the way up to a seat. And once you're here, you're going to extend the arms underneath the shoulders, hips over the knees for tabletop position. All right, taking a moment here to adjust your stance. If the knees are sensitive, you can always tuck the toes under or double up the mat underneath the knees like such, just to protect the knees. All right, and then from here, you're going to take an inhale, reach the left arm up. And then as you exhale, you'll thread the left arm all the way to the right and gaze to the right as if you're trying to reach for something here. Holding here for a moment, and you can stay here if this is enough. If you'd like a little bit more, drop the left shoulder down, drop the head down either onto a block or a book or the mat. Keep the left arm extended. Another option is to stay here, or if you'd like a little bit of a twist, take an inhale, reach the right arm up, and then as you exhale, you'll flip the palm towards the left, and then bring the hands all the way around, either to your low back or to the left inner thigh. Opening the right shoulder a little bit here, you'll find the twist through the mid-back. But again, if you don't reach that stage, that's completely fine. Stay where your body allows you to. Breathing here for a couple of moments. Feel free to close down the eyes. Beautiful. We'll take another inhale. And then as you exhale, reach the right arm all the way up once again, if you haven't. And then press the right hand down. Press yourself all the way up. Reach the left arm all the way. Reach up, reach up, reach up. And then release the left hand down. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Take an inhale, reach the right arm up. And then as you exhale, you'll thread the right arm all the way to the left and keep gazing left. I'm just going to turn around so you can see me. Beautiful. If you want a little bit more, you can certainly stay here or drop the shoulder down, drop the head down. Option to stay here as well. If you'd like a little bit more, take an inhale, reach the left arm up. As you exhale, either bring it to your low back or around to the right inner thigh. Knowing that wherever you are is completely acceptable. It doesn't change the effect of the practice or the pose on you. Breathing for 2 or 3 deep breaths. If you have the bind, you can inhale, reach the left arm up. And then as you exhale, release it back down, press into it. Slide and reach the right arm all the way up. And then release the right arm down. We'll just do a few rounds of cat-cow to get gentle movements into the entire body. So whenever you're ready, stacking the shoulders over the wrists once again. Hips over knees. Extend the toes back or tuck the toes. Take an inhale to drop the belly down. Chin comes up, broaden through the collarbones. Keep pressing the mat away here. That will open across the collarbones a little bit more. And then as you exhale, chin to chest, round the upper back. Keep pressing through the mat again with the fingers. Feel the space being created in the shoulder blades. Good. We'll do 4 more rounds like that. Inhale, open. Exhale to round. Inhale to cow. Exhale to round into cat. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale, open up to cow and hold here. And as you exhale, chin to chest, round the back, holding here as well. Inhale to come back to neutral. And then as you exhale, you'll just walk the knees back. And using the arm strength, you're just going to lower all the way down to the belly here. Keeping the hands underneath the shoulder blades, keeping the toes extending back. Keep the chin tucking in towards the chest. We'll do a few rounds of cobra and cobra twist here. This stimulates the adrenal gland. So on an inhale, press down. Press the tops of the feet down, and as you exhale, lift the chest up to your degree. It does not have to be too much. The most important thing is you're keeping the toes pointed and pressing down, and your glutes and legs active. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, lower slow. And inhale to press back up. Good. And then exhale to lower once again. 2 more rounds. Press the toes down and lift the kneecaps, glutes and quads engaged. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, lower. Last one, but we'll lift up and hold for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lift up, hold. Keep the shoulder blades down. Keep the elbows in towards the body, chin tucking in towards the chest so you don't hurt the neck. Breathing here for 3. For 2. And for 1. Good. Slowly lower all the way down. This time we'll cobra twist left and right. So you're going to bring the hands a little bit wider than shoulder width distance. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, cobra twist to the left, gazing over the left shoulder and twisting back. Legs engaged as well. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, come back through the center and lower. Switching sides. Inhale. Exhale, cobra twist to the right. Inhale here, and then exhale to slowly lower. Good. Continue a couple more rounds on your own at your own pace, making sure the movement is controlled and is very slow. Last full round. And then slowly come back through the center. Stack the palms over each other and rest the forehead down for a couple of moments. And just breathing here in this lying down shape on the belly. Allowing the belly to expand in all directions as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, notice and feel the belly being moved away from the mat. Couple more times. Helping to regulate hormones by softening away from adrenal fatigue. And softening away from the exhaustion of the nervous system. Taking a little bit of ease and acceptance. Oftentimes it's very hard to do a slow practice or to calm down or to move and hold poses or postures or restful poses for a very long time. It's easier to go, go, go and harder to rest. Take a couple more moments here. Knowing that we go through hormonal shifts every day, and through organic softening, that's part of being a human, of living in this human body. Knowing that you belong no matter what. Continuing to breathe a couple more rounds. Beautiful. And then from here, you're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulder blades once again. Press back to tabletop position. Keep the knees further away from you. And then we're going to drop the knees, chest, and chin down. So this may be a little bit challenging for some, but I'll walk you through it. You're going to drop the chin and the chest down. Keep the tailbone lengthens back. Keep the hands underneath the shoulders to give you a little bit of support here. Extending through the toes, press the toes down. Your chest may not go all the way down, and if it feels better, you can slide a book or a block underneath the chest to bring the ground closer in towards you. Breathing here for a couple of moments. Keeping the chin pressing down. Good, and then from here, you're gonna extend through the legs, lift the chin up and slide yourself to flat once again. All right, we're gonna take an inhale, reach the arms forward. As you exhale, you'll extend the arms back, touch and interlace the fingers behind you. So this may be very challenging for some. If you can't do that, see if you can grab a strap in between the hands here. A strap, a scarf, a belt, anything that's useful. Otherwise, once again, pressing the toes down, take the chin towards the chest, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, press the head forward. Keep the lower body pressing against the mat. So it's the same like cobra, except you're not using the hands this time. Press the heels of the hands together, chin tucking in, use the lower body to lift you up. And then getting into the adrenal glands once again. Take another inhale here. And then exhale, keep the hands interlaced, slowly release the head down. We'll do this one more time. Inhale. And then exhale, press the hands together and lift up. Try not to look around, keep the chin tucking in so that you can elongate the back of the neck and keep the spine nice and long. Take another inhale. Maybe you lift up a little bit more. And then as you exhale, release down, release palms underneath the shoulders, press back onto the knees, and take a moment in tabletop. Whenever you're ready, we'll tuck the toes under, lift the hips for downward facing dog. Take a moment to paddle out through the feet, move the hips side to side. And if you're unfamiliar with downward facing dog, you may want to bend the knees a lot, turn the sitting bones towards the ceiling. The goal here is for the spine to be long, not for your legs to be straight or your heels to be against the mat. Deep breath in. And then as you exhale, you slowly walk the hands in towards the body. So we'll do a few rounds of halfway lift and forward fold. So from this place that you're in, fold it forward. If the hands are too far away from the mat, grab books or blocks or something. Or you can bring the hands to the shins. All right. Take an inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, soften and fold. Grab a hold of opposite elbows. Bend the knees a little bit and allow the upper body to sway from side to side. Good. Release the hands down. Take another inhale. Halfway lift to lengthen through the spine. And then as you exhale, forward fold. Grabbing a hold of opposite elbows. And don't worry too much about the legs being straight. Bend the knees if you need to rest the chest down. And just allow the body to sway. Releasing any tension in the body. Keeping the breath consistent here. Beautiful. Take another inhale. Halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Press the bum back, reach the crown of the head forward. And as you exhale, once again, fold. Swaying the hips side to side. Beautiful. Release the hands down. Inhale, halfway lift last time. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend the knees a lot. Press the hands into the mat and heel toe the feet a little wider. Turn the toes out and the heels in and begin to sit down into your yoga squat malasana. So this also may be challenging for a lot of people. So if it is, feel free to slide a couple of books underneath the bum to help support you. If your heels don't touch the ground, that's completely fine. Wherever you are, please use the option that works for you. Press the hands together, elbows to knees, and use a little bit of knee and elbow resistance to create a bit of an activation here. Press the hands together, reach the crown of the head, lengthening through the spine, holding here and pressing the eyes closed. If it feels useful to you, please do slide props underneath the bum. Either Tupperware, books, whatever you have at home. Good. Wherever you are in your Malasana, you'll release the right hand down inside of the right knee. Keep the fingertips onto the mat. Reach the left arm up and over the head. You can stay here. If you're familiar with yoga, you can flip the left palm and bring it to your lower back for a half bind. Rolling the left shoulder open. Breathing here for one more deep breath. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, reach the left arm up. Inhale to reach. Exhale, come back through the center, yoga squat. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, or you can stay through the center, completely up to you. Extend the left arm to the left, inside of the left knee. Take an inhale, reach the right arm up. Keep reaching. Inhale here. One more breath. And then as you exhale, slowly release and come back through the center. Take another inhale, grow the spine tall, reach the crown of the head high. And then as you exhale, release the hands onto the mat in front of you. Press down through the fingertips. Take an inhale, press into the legs, come all the way up to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen through the spine. And then exhale to fold, maybe with straight legs now. Even if you can't reach the ground, just allowing the hamstrings to stretch here. Beautiful. Release the hands down. Gently roll all the way up to standing. Head comes up last. And take a moment in your mountain pose. Feet are hip width distance. Extending the arms by your sides. Feel the toes onto the mat beneath you. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Holding here for a couple of moments. Beautiful. Once ready, take an inhale to reach both arms up. As you exhale, you'll bring the left hand to the right side, right hand around the back all the way to the left. So you're in like a pretzel here. So I'm going to turn around so you can see. We're twisting all the way to the right side, keeping the hands surrounding you, and you're twisting, keeping the lower body facing forward, twisting to the right. Holding here for a couple more moments. Allowing a little bit more detoxification to flow through the body. Take another inhale, squeeze it out. And then as you exhale, turn forward. On your next inhale, reach both arms up. I'm going to turn around. And then you're going to bring the right hand to the left side. Left hand all the way around to the right side. Take an inhale. Keep the legs, lower body pointing forward. As you exhale, turning towards the back. And underneath the hands, you feel the twist. Beautiful. One more breath here. And then slowly unwind. Take an inhale to reach both arms up. As you exhale, bend the knees, chest to thighs. Release both hands down. Inhale to halfway lift, straighten the legs, reach the crown of the head forward. And then as you exhale, bend the knees a lot, chest towards thighs, press the hands down, and step both feet back towards tabletop once again. Good. We'll take an inhale. And then as you exhale, you'll lower all the way down and back to the belly. Inhale for a cobra, lift up. As you exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Take inhale here, press the chest towards the thighs. And then as you exhale, release the knees down. walk the hands in towards the body and come to stand onto your knees. So again, if you need a bit more cushioning underneath the knees, you feel free to double up the mat. We'll do a bit of camel variations to get into the internal organs in the front side of the body. So option one is to stay here. You're going to press the tops of the toes down, engage the glutes and the quads, and then gentle leaning back, keeping the chin tucking in towards the chest. So this is option one. My entire lower body is engaged. If you feel like you want more, you can release the hands to the lower back as if you're plugging in them into pockets. Roll the shoulders back and squeeze the elbows in together. If your fingers are facing up, that's completely fine as well. You can also do that. If you've been practicing yoga for a while and you want to take full camel, you can take an inhale, reach the right arm up, find the right heel. Inhale, reach the left arm up, find the left heel. Lower body is still engaged to protect the spine and the low back. Keep the chin tucking in towards the chest and then press the hips forward. Wherever you are, we're holding here for a couple of moments. Please take the variation that works for your body. Beautiful. If you've taken full camel, slowly keeping the chin tucked in, the lower body engaged, bring yourself all the way up. And then everybody together, just to counter the pose, press the hands down and round into cat. Beautiful. Slowly come back to neutral tabletop. Walk the knees forward, cross the ankles behind you, and land on your sitting bones. All right. I want to ask how everybody's doing right now, but I'm unable to hear you. All right, we're going to extend the legs towards straight. And again, it doesn't have to be super wide. Just pressing the heels down, curling the toes in. And wherever you are in your practice, you can either stay upright if this feels like it's enough, or if you'd like a little bit more, take an inhale, reach both arms up. And then as you exhale, to your degree, fold forward. Some will be able to only come to their palms. You can also round the upper back here. Some will be able to come to the forearms. Some will be able to fold all the way down. Wherever you are is completely perfect. Breathing here for a couple more moments. Allowing the practice to link breath with movement, lower stress levels, bringing the body and the hormones back into alignment. You may even feel that any stress you had walking into the class may have not completely dissolved, but maybe a little, maybe completely, depending on you. Take another inhale here. And then as you exhale, gently walk the hands in towards the body. Just a little bit of side bends, which also stimulates the glands and the organs. Take an inhale to reach both arms up. As you exhale, find any part of your right leg, slide the right hand, and reach the left hand up and over. You don't have to reach for the foot. Here is fine. Here is fine. Or all the way down is fine. Completely up to you. So long as you feel a side stretch into the left side body. Take another inhale, reach. And then as you exhale, you'll roll in, tuck the chin in towards the chest. Move the hands all the way to the left side and then circle the right arm up and over. Same thing on the other side. Again, how deep you go is not the goal here. The goal is to notice the stretch in the right side body. Beautiful. Keep reaching, keep breathing. And slowly roll in, come back through the center, walk in towards the body, head comes up last. You're going to use the hands to gently bend through the knees, lean back just a little bit, and bring the heels together. Soles of the feet together, the knees wide. This is also one challenging pose. So if your knees are here, feel free to grab blocks or books to press underneath the knees. Otherwise, they can hang out in space, but make sure you're gently pressing through the feet to get a little bit of an inner thigh stretch without overstretching. Wherever you are in your butterfly shape, take an inhale, reach both arms back, chin comes up, broaden through the collarbones. And then exhale to round in and stay for a moment. You may even want to use the elbows to open the legs a little bit wider, but that's completely up to you. Now take an inhale, come back through center. Now we stimulate the pituitary gland. So you're going to bring either the thumbs together to the center of the forehead in between the eyebrows, or if you'd like to bring the middle fingers pressing in that area, bringing the thumbs around through the ears. Whatever feels better for you. We're just going to press a little bit through that area, and then we'll inhale to bring the head up. And then exhale to bring the chin in towards the chest. Good. A few more times like that, completely at your own pace. You can keep it moving without pausing if that feels better for you. Two more rounds. And last one. Slowly bringing yourself back through the center, release the hands down. Gently use the hands to close the knees in like a book. We're going to extend the legs towards the bottom of the mat. I'm not sure what props you have at home. I'm currently overseas, so I don't have my blocks, but I'll walk you through what we need to do right now. Either blocks or books, it doesn't really matter. You're going to roll onto one side and make your way all the way to the spine. Knees pointing towards the ceiling, chin tucking in towards the chest. Make sure you remove any of your ponytail or hair that's behind the head. Extend the arms down. And if you have a block or a book, you simply lift the bum a couple of inches, slide the block or the book underneath the bum or the low back, and then you'll slowly hang out here for a little bit. If you don't have books or blocks handy right now, you can gently press up through the feet, use the hands to keep you lifted. Lifting the hips a little bit higher, but not too high today. And keeping the chin tucking in, the spine long, and breathing here for a couple of moments. If you have a block underneath here, just feel free to completely rest here. Beautiful. Take another inhale. And if you have a block underneath, you're probably going to need to lift the hips up to remove it and then slowly come all the way down. Good. You're going to hug the knees in towards the chest here. Rock the spine side to side. And then bring the hands underneath the knees. Rock yourself a little bit until you find your feet to the mat. You're going to extend the arms behind you in whichever direction, either pointing back or pointing in towards you. Everything is completely fine. And then when you're ready, we're going to lift up through the hips. So Again, keeping the chin tucking in towards the chest. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press down and lift up. Reverse tabletop here. Keep the thighs hugging in towards each other. Keep the chin tucking in towards the chest. Breathing for 3, for 2, and for 1. Slowly release the bum down. Bring the hands underneath and then roll and hug the knees in. Give yourself a little bit of a hug. Cradle the head on top of the knees. And we'll do this one more time. And take an inhale to lift up. As you exhale, extend the arms back, press to the hands, lift the hips up. Holding here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Slowly release down. Walk the hands back in. Give yourself another big hug. A little bit of appreciation for what the body is able to do. And then when you're ready, gently lift the head up. We'll extend the legs towards straight. Keep the thighs hugging in together, pointing through the toes, and make sure you're directly on your sitting bone. So you may need to, like me, remove a little bit of flesh to find the sitting bones to the mat. We're gonna slide the hands underneath the bum, keeping the spine long, and then we'll slowly begin to bend through the elbows and come into this shape. So this is modified fish. Some of us will be able to stay here. If you feel like you can bring the crown of the head all the way down, and I'll show you before you go into it, you can go ahead and do that. So the elbows are hugging in. You're creating like this shelf with the elbows, and then you're keeping the lower body engaged, dropping the crown of the head down. So if that feels good for you, you can go ahead and take that. If not, you can stay in this modified fish pose, keeping the chin tucking in, puffing up through the chest just a little bit. Again, always have options. Good. Wherever you are, we're going to meet in this. So if you're all the way down, tuck the chin in and slowly bring the head up. If you're in this shape, gently press down through the hands to come up to a seat. Flex the toes here. Take an inhale to reach both arms up. And then as you exhale to your degree, forward fold over the legs. It can be here, it can be all the way, whatever feels good for you. It can also be like that. And gently walk the hands back in towards the body. You're gonna bend the knees a little bit, roll onto one side, and make your way all the way onto the back. Preparing for our Shavasana. So option is to end how we started by bringing the knees together and the feet mat-foot distance. If you'd like to bring the soles of the feet together, the knees wide, you certainly can. Or extending the legs forward, allowing the toes to knock away from each other, extending the hands by your side. Whatever you choose, if you even choose to take Shavasana seated, that's completely fine. Whatever you choose, just slowly and gently make your way to your preferred position. Staying in Shavasana for a little bit, allowing the eyes to close. The body to become extremely heavy. And checking in with yourself once again, noticing if you're holding tension in the face, in the jaw, perhaps the hips, the fingers, and the toes. And allow the breath to return to its natural rhythm. allowing the entire body to become heavy. Allowing the body to feel restored, rejuvenated. And allowing yourself the acceptance to simply just be in this moment. Resting, relaxing, and releasing. Perhaps even taking in the effects of the practice today. And just allow you a couple of moments of rest. So we'll take a deep breath in through the nose and a gentle exhale out. Shavasana. You can always feel free to stay here a little bit longer. But if you'd like to end the class with us, you can slowly begin to bring the awareness into the body by moving the fingers and the toes. If you're lying down on your back, perhaps you'd like to move the head side to side. And stretching the arms up and over the head as if you just woke up for the second time today. And with your eyes still closed, you can roll onto your favorite side. Taking another 2 or 3 cycles of breathing here. And whenever you're ready, press into the hands to make your way up into any comfortable seated position. Resting the hands on your knees and your lap, or you may choose to bring one hand to the heart, one hand over the belly today. Connecting heart to womb. Connecting to the self. And checking in with yourself once again. And ask yourself, how are you feeling right now? Recalling the intention you set for yourself at the beginning of practice today. Bringing the hands together to the heart center if you wish. Taking a moment to express gratitude to yourself for showing up, to your body for its ability to move in this way, and to your mind for being present through it all. Thank you for joining class with me today. I'm grateful for your attendance. Namaste. Thank you everybody for joining class with me. I hope this was beneficial and that you were able to get from it what you came here for. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything you'd like to share with me, you can always either pop up onto the screen or put them in the chat box. Thank you so much, Julia.
Thank you. Thank you, Sara. I definitely fell asleep. Felt really, really good.
I'm so glad.
Yeah. I don't want to, I'm not going to ruin sort of the feeling we're all in. I just want to thank you. And if you could just tell the ladies how they can follow up with you, whether Instagram or if you give classes, and then we can end our session today.
All right. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every one of you and those of you who will be watching the recording. You can always find me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Sarah S. Riyad. I will pop it into the chat box. So I will keep you in your Zen mode and we can be in touch about classes afterwards. All right. Have a beautiful rest of your day, everybody. And I hope to see you and be in touch with you soon.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful day.
You too.